Hi everyone, welcome to Ethernal Realms. Welcome to this week's video. We're going to see what your next relationship is going to look like. It doesn't have to be the final one. That's not the topic of the video, but rather the next one. Okay, so this here is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Whenever you're ready, make sure to choose with your intuition. If you're not sure how, visit the video in the ribbon above. The timestamps are in the description box and the comment below. Click on your video and we'll get started. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. Let's see what your next relationship is going to be like. This does not have to be the final one, but yeah, of course it can lead to it, of course, but it's not necessary. So it's a bit of a lighter video. Okay, the universe works fast when I'm having fun. So of course your next relationship is looking quite fun, very creative, spontaneous, adventurous, beautiful in general, very light-hearted and humorous. You just enjoy each other's company, and whatever you do, you just have fun doing it, basically. Isn't that nice? Okay, let's see what this person is going to be like. Let's see tarot cards first. We have the Knight of Wands. So, okay. So this person is pretty spontaneous and active and creative and all of those things that I was talking about. It's very synonymous here. Very passionate about life and a lot of other activities as well. I mean, depends where is it that you lie in the spectrum of what you're expecting from a relationship or a date even. But yeah, this is definitely speaking of physical attraction, a lot of passionate vibe over there, quite fiery. Okay, we also have the Devil. Okay, so yeah, they can be okay. I'm feeling money. Okay, so they have that, and also they like the luxuries of life, so they know how to have fun. They just know how to have fun. Whether this is in like a materialistic way, like getting nice food and buying new clothes and shiny new things, that type of way, but also in a physical type of way. Again, depends what and how exactly do you go about all of these things. It's a general reading, so take it as it resonates. But this here does talk about all types of pleasures, right? But in all cases, you just have a lot of fun, but be careful that you might spend a bit too much. Like if there is the spontaneous trip, for example, and they're really insistent, and it is a lovely place, okay? You can't really say no, but you will end up spending quite a bit with them, right? So be on the lookout for that, but they don't mind spilling the money at all, okay? We also have the Moon card, so quite sensual, very mysterious, extremely alluring. Okay, they're very hard to resist. I'm just gonna say it. They're hard to resist in all ways. Whether you first prefer to connect emotionally, they got that too, or you prefer to connect physically, or that's something that you're looking for in a next relationship and wondering if it is possible or not. And this here is talking about yeah, definitely that is all possible. Anything fun, anything lighthearted, anything just kind of uplifting you, that type of thing is definitely there. But again, there is always a flip side when there is a lot of these materialistic or surface level type of interactions, obviously, so be on the lookout. It can very quickly turn addictive or toxic for you, because this person seems to be very free all the time. They don't want to be attached in any way. Okay, so if you're looking for an attachment, or you go into this relationship expecting an attachment, then you can end up getting hurt, and a lot of fears and insecurities can pop up. Okay, so be on the lookout. It's just a warning. Don't shoot the messenger, please. Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, again, very fulfilled in themselves, extremely independent. They don't like this whole attachment business. Okay, they're not a very commitment person. They can even be a little bit phobic of it, actually. But yeah, they like their freedom. They like to express themselves individually. That's why they know how to have fun. They know how to let loose and relax and just do whatever makes them happy and fulfilled and kind of makes them feel complete in themselves, right? They don't look for someone else to fulfill them for them, right? So yeah, that's their personality. Okay, we have South Node, past life, comfort, resource, instinct, and familiar. Okay, so some of you might have like karmic connections with them. So again, karmic doesn't need to be, you know, a bad thing at all, but it's more like there is a debt to be repaid. Okay, it doesn't have to be negative in any way. Perhaps it was a very serious relationship that you guys shared in the previous lifetime, and now it is kind of time to have fun, right? So you need to balance that out. You need to learn that other side of your interaction with this particular soul as well, right? So there is definitely a type of connection there, which also explains why they're kind of very alluring to you, right? Of course, this is about the person, but you're also involved in this, so it's kind of how you perceive them as well. This is the vibe that they give out, the project that they show to the outside world, and it's something that we all receive, right? So yeah, you will definitely feel very drawn to this person, but they have a very magnetizing personality as well. There's just something you just can't, yeah, you know, yeah. So just keep that in mind. If this is not resonating at all, I can't help it. It's a very like straightforward, linear type of message. So if you're completely not resonating with this, then perhaps some other pile is for you. And if not, then yeah, it's okay. Every reading doesn't have to resonate with everyone, right? Okay, we also have Mars, passion, anger, action, courage, desire, and competition. Again, yeah, a lot of fire, plenty of that, right? So passion is a kind of a given. Okay, that is something you do not have to worry about. But a lot of fire can also be very reckless and distracted in a way. If they want a lot of different things, they're going to go and get a lot of different things, and you won't really know what exactly they want, but they don't care to find out what they want themselves, right? They don't want to be answerable. That's the vibe that I'm getting. So if you're also looking for something fun, then this is perfect. Okay? But it doesn't, again, I'm speaking of like that one specific type of case because that's the one that's coming out loudly. But it can also be about like taking trips and, you know, spending quite a bit and having a lot of luxurious things, and, you know, it's really nice in the shorter term, but you also have to think about a more stable future in terms of your own finances or something like that. Then in that case as well, it becomes a toxic influence over time, right? So it doesn't have to be necessarily the physical attraction or the commitment aspect of things, but just there will be an element of overdoing something, but it is a lot of fun, and you do want to have that bit of fun, but it is not a sustainable one. Okay, there is some element like that for sure. Okay, now this is about the relationship. We have Sagittarius, we have Aquarius. So yeah, you guys can be one of these, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus as well. Meanwhile, this person that you meet can be the other sign, but it doesn't have to be. It's just something that comes through usually. But this does talk about, again, like being very positive and optimistic and just going out and just exploring a lot of these things. This person can be someone from a foreign land, so it is, again, a different type of exciting as well, right? So you meet different types of people, you go different places, you can meet them during a vacation, for example, so it is, you know, given that it's a temporary setup, right? So you're just meaning to have fun, that type of thing. So if it is understood from the beginning, then oh my goodness, it's gonna be so awesome. Okay, but there's also like many different intellectual conversations, or if not intellectual, it's something that is not very, very personal. It's kind of detached, like about the world, for example, or you can share some views on what you like about the nature or something. So it's nothing very deep down and emotional. It's not very personal at all, but it is so much fun, and you like to have the conversations with them as well. Okay, it's just really feel good overall. Okay, it can be a bit modern as well as compared to what society approves. So yeah, I mean, anything, really anything. However quirky you are, this is like perfect for this. It's just different from what you would normally expect from a relationship, right? So that doesn't mean it's wrong, that doesn't mean it's bad. Just go ahead, have fun, but just be careful that you don't hurt yourself. That's what I'm gonna say. We have Nine of Pentacles again, so definitely a lot of independence being asked in this relationship. I hope you're on board. If you are, perfect, right? So you can take care of yourself and you are doing whatever you like, and when you guys meet, you just have fun and then you move on. And it's something like that. You respect each other's space, you respect each other's individualities, and nobody tries to encroach on anyone's life or privacy in any way. So it's nice. I think it's nice, you know? It's different for sure from what you normally see on like the streets or whatever, but yeah, it's really good. We also have the Hanged Man. And we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay. So you do gel, you can be a good team, like both of you like to have fun and you have perhaps a similar way of traveling, for example, or similar food tastes or something. There is obviously a bonding element underlying each and every fun bit that you do. You have a lot of common interests basically, so you kind of work together. And sometimes, like, let's say he or she plans the trip the first time and you plan the trip the second time, etc. And kind of it is flowy in that way, but it is still kind of a bit of an aloof and distant type of thing. Like when we meet, let's have fun, that type of thing. Okay, it's something that is always at a distance, kind of alluring and teasing, and you kind of wanting to reach, but at the same time it kind of makes you see things from a different perspective. You appreciate other things in life, and other hobbies and interests that you once ignored, you kind of adore even more because you've perhaps done it with them, and it's a lot of fun. You know, you rediscover certain passions as well, and you kind of just, there is a shift in perspective, there is a personal understanding of yourself. You become more of an individual rather than looking for another person to be a couple with, you know. I always say this, but this is a very interesting way of making that happen, right? I always say that you need to first be an individual before you can be in a relationship. If you can't know yourself, if you can't take care of yourself or even understand yourself, then you cannot explain yourself to anyone else, right? So there will be moments, for example, when you're irrationally and just angry about something or the other, but you can't really explain why or what. Right? But if you at least know your anger style, you can know how to deal with it better with this new person. But if you don't know that either, then it can just go completely disarray because the other person doesn't know what's going on and you don't know what's going on either, right? Nobody is able to help anyone, yourself or others, right? So that's why I always say that it's important to know yourself and just be you before you can go ahead and find someone else to be really stable with. But this is so, it's done in a very different way, and I like it. It makes sense that, there is a past life thing going on. They're here to teach you certain things as well, and you do gel, you do have fun. It's not going to be like a horrible thing that they just abuse you and just walk away. It's not like that, but it's any element of hurt that happens is a result of your own fear and insecurity, which means that you will be forced to kind of look inward while being with this person. And by finding these fears and insecurities that are kind of lurking behind the surface, you are able to deal with them much better. Because the first step to any solution is first to recognize what the problem is anyway, right? So this relationship is really helping you and encouraging you, not in a harsh way, not in a very painful way, but it's just so different, I can't help it. When you have Aquarius and the Hanged Man, it's always just something different about it. Whether it's the dynamic itself of the relationship or this person and the things that you guys talk about and what you understand from it and how you apply it to your life, or you take inspiration from this person's personality, that, hey, how are they able to just live life and have fun and still be themselves and, how do they do that? That's an interesting skill to learn as well, right? So it depends what is it that you are focusing on at this time and what needs working on. But this is amazing. This is a lot of help. And fun, how often does that coexist, right? Most of us just have a really painful relationship and we just have to learn everything the hard way. But now that you know of it, just keep it in mind and, observe this person, this relationship, and how you change along with it, right? It's unexpected the way you yourself will unfold within this relationship, okay? So it is going to be a very good stepping stone towards your more stable relationships, yeah? Lovely. Okay, let's get to you some oracle cards. Choose who you are becoming. Exactly. Yeah. That's nice. Today's decisions are going to pave your tomorrow. So which way do you want to go? By the way, if you don't want this type of relationship, if you feel like you have learned these type of lessons and this to you is predominantly talking about past energies, that does happen sometimes. So, go back to the pick a card section in the intro and, you can pick another one. It does happen, has happened to me many times, and it doesn't mean that the reader is outright inaccurate. Okay, just give me a shot. But perhaps another pile is more accurate for you. But it does happen especially when you're in that junction point. You have just come out of something fresh and, you've dealt with it recently and you feel like you have processed the information and you're ready to go to the next one, but you still are raw from the previous feelings. At that junction point is usually when it happens that you are drawn to two different piles, one of the past and one of the future. Okay? So if that's the case, go ahead and select the future one. But yes, the decisions you make throughout this as well, how far do you allow yourself to get attached, or how much are you willing to learn from this person and from this experience, right? That is completely your choice, and through those choices, you will pave the way for what you look like in the coming years. This is, kind of deck the halls type of vibe, the Nine of Pentacles. I will make myself pretty and make myself shine because just for me, I don't have to show it to anyone. I don't need to win approvals from anyone. When I look at myself in the mirror, I want to just feel good about who I am and who I am becoming. That's the Nine of Pentacles. You're set, you're fine. Knowing that you're fine. There is that air of deservingness of where they have gotten and also what they're getting. Yes? Okay. Then we have unstick the stuck. That's nice. So all dormant and sticky vibes from any past relationship baggages or personal baggages, everything can be, worked through and just pop, let's go, next one. Deal with this, deal with that, and just move on. And again, it's not harsh, it is not at all like painful in any way unless you make it. Okay, so if self-sabotaging is something that you do in relationships, then this can be something that can be a little bit painful in the beginning, but it's not going to stay always like that. There will be a phase where that happens, but then you catch yourself and you realize it and you deal with it, and then you go back to having fun, right? The overall message is that it is fun, but you're also doing a lot more deeper work, whether you're doing this very consciously or you're doing it with time, basically. Time heals all wounds. So time itself, it's teaches you quite a bit, right? So in all cases, it does do a lot of things in the background for you, especially with all the major arcanas, but it is an important relationship. Whether you're like together or kind of together, it's complicated. I feel like that's the relationship status for this one. But it doesn't have to be a bad complicated, right? Okay, change maker, make waves. Yes. Yep. Changes quite a bit. Nourish the sacred feminine. Yep. Okay, that makes sense. That's a good angle. Kind of learning to use your intuition, taking care of yourself. The sacred feminine is always, self-care savvy. And Again, intuitive, very nurturing and caring and soothing in general, and very inward, looks inward, creates a space, feelings, and everything subtle, everything emotional, everything spiritual, all those things are feminine. It's a space. How do you feel? The vibe. When we feel the vibe of a certain person or a room or a house, anything that we are selecting, am I connecting with this or not? At that time, we are employing our sacred feminine, right? So you need to nourish it. This Nine of Pentacles is all about that. Yeah? Like, you are dressed well because you like it. You don't need to prove anything. It doesn't need to have a point. You just do it because you do it. That's all. That's it. It's very nice. And also connecting with the moon there, very intuitive and spiritual as well. There is definitely some type of like a past life thing. If your feminine and your masculine are kind of imbalanced, if you tend to be more on the feminine side and you get a little bit over dramatic or I don't know, get bruised easy, or you hurt yourself, for example, self-inflicted pains are very, an imbalanced feminine quality, right? Everyone goes through that. Different life experiences kind of imbalance all of these different forces a lot, but our job is to kind of bring them back to equilibrium, right? So this is the time when you get the chance to, bring it back to an equilibrium where your masculine and your feminine are working very nice, and that's why you feel very fulfilled inside. The Nine of Pentacles doesn't need anyone because she herself, or it herself, is complete, right? What does that mean? The masculine, the feminine, both of them exist harmoniously within her, in her mind, in her actions, in her feelings, in her surroundings, in everything. Right? So this is very nice. This is leading up to something really wonderful. Not the relationship itself is going blah blah blah, but what it builds through this relationship is really important. So very nice, very nice. Okay, that's what I have for you, pile 1. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want a personal reading, you can always reach me via my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box and the comment below. Feel free to check out any of my other work. You can check out my channel anytime. But until next time, I hope you take care. Hi pal 2, welcome to your reading. We're going to see what your next relationship is going to look like. It is not the final one, although it can lead to be, but we're not answering that specific question over here. But we'll see what your next one looks like. Okay, we have Joy is the ultimate creator. That's very nice. You'll be happy together. And we also have My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. Okay. So it is a bit of a serious one. There is that need to, push past initial hurdles and initial miscommunications, misunderstandings, etc. But you will definitely, keep it going. It's kind of like that. You like each other enough to, push past all of that. Okay? So there is healing, there's growth, and there's love in the place of any type of previous fears and conflicts that you people have, and also any pains and baggages that you might have carried from previous relationships, or from, expectations that you've got from your surroundings, right? But it will take a bit of a growing and kind of establishing good solid roots before you can actually see the fruit. So it is a bit of a long journey, but I feel like the people who chose this pile are looking for something a little bit more serious, although it's not like mind-numbingly serious at all. We have the Joy card over here, so you definitely like each other, you find each other inspiring as well, but there is always that serious undertone when this particular card comes up. Right? But you can create a lot of joy, a lot of beauty and harmony in your life for sure. But we'll see more cards, get more details. Okay, put these here. Let's see what this person is like. We have 5 of Wands, okay, which is the card of conflict. Okay, then we have the 7 of Wands. We have the Queen of Wands. Beautiful. And we also have the High Priestess. Ooh, okay. So you're definitely drawn to them very much spiritually, even if you're the type that does not really go this far into a relationship, you're surprised by yourself by how much you wanted to try. There's just something about them. You can't really put a finger on it for real. You can't really say, aha, this is why. There's just something about them and the connection that you people have that makes you want to work towards resolving all conflict. So this person can be a little bit conflicted in themselves. So they themselves don't know what they're expecting or they're wanting, or where do they want to put energies, what is their priority in life. That is something that can be a little bit confusing for them at times. Maybe they have many priorities and they don't know how to really organize them. So they come off as having a lot of scattered energy. Okay? That is something there. Also, the reason behind this scattering can be that some fears have held themselves back. Something from the past, for example, fear of failure, or even a fear of success, or perhaps believing that they're not good enough to make something happen and actually be joyful in their own essence, right? Multiple reasons, many different types of people. We're not going to get into each and every practical detail, of course, but there's some type of conflict inside themselves. Okay? But ultimately, they're all these different facets and sides of them are trying to reach toward that one goal. It's just that sometimes they lose sight of what might be the best way, and also they don't work together with their own resources. Okay, so that's something that they need a little bit of work on, but that's really nice because I feel like you are the one who can help them with all of this in some way or the other, by motivating or actually giving some practical information or just making them feel heard. There are many ways that you can help someone, but I feel like you definitely are a part of helping them resolve these conflicts and kind of deciding for themselves where do they want to go, what do they want to create, and what are they trying to build in their own life, right? Because they definitely have so much potential. They have a lot of ideas about everything. They have a bit of an idealistic mind as well. In the way that they search for romance, or what they expect romance to be, but also in life in general, there is a bit of an ideal type of sphere to them, okay? And they kind of stay in their steed. That is, they believe in it a lot, and they believe that it is possible, but when they see all these distractions of the outside world in reality, it kind of puts them off a little bit. I feel like that's what's happening here. Okay, at least for someone, this message just wanted to come out, so I just said it. Okay, yes, they can be a little bit stubborn, but they have plenty of good ideas. They have good reasons why they are stubborn. Okay, for example, you should try this type of food, or this type of place, we should travel there, or we should talk about this, or we should watch this particular movie. They will have very good reasons to back it up, and even you'll be like, oh well, okay, fine, you know what, that's a good case, let's just do that. Okay, you're right. Most of the time they're right. Okay, but people they have felt misunderstood at some point in their life, so that's why they kind of get a little bit defensive. So if you're curiously even asking why do you believe this, they might take it to seem as though you're offending them and that they need to explain themselves so much. So this is something that pops up in the initial parts of the relationship when you have your defenses up, right? You're not gonna just bear everything to them. So that's when this is going to pop up, but you will definitely push past that. Just reassure them that you're not trying to attack them in any way, and you're just simply asking because you're curious to know how they think, or what they like, or what they don't like, etc. Right? And very quickly you will see just how honest they become. They really open up, and they're very charming, they're very charismatic, extremely, again, exciting and bubbly in themselves. They kind of contain it, though, so it will take a little bit of time, but they have all of this very jubilant, exuberant, bright, shining aspect to themselves, especially when we have the Queen of Wands. They're definitely confident in their own skills, and in a romantic sense and also otherwise, they are bold, but there is always that suppressing or scattered energy to them. Okay, they have so much potential though. So much for everything. They just need the right type of motivation and help, to help that unleash from within themselves. So I suppose that's where you come in. Yes, the High Priestess, yes, again, there is like a very intuitive understanding of how each other feels, and that's why they are very easily comfortable with you given a little bit of time, just that initial period. Just be a little bit patient with this person, but once they connect very deeply. So that's something that's worth keeping, right? Especially if you're looking for something a little bit more serious. Pile ones was a little bit fun. It was very fun actually. But it was very short term. It seemed very temporary. But this one seems not very temporary at all. Okay, we have IC. So we have private life, home life, private self, home life, and childhood. Okay, so they're an introvert. Oh yeah, I should have gotten that from the Seven of Wands and the High Priestess. They're an introvert. No wonder it takes them a little bit of time to open up. We also have Cancer. This can be their zodiac, but I'm feeling more Pisces with this actually. The High Priestess is related with Pisces, but in either case there is that watery, emotional and intuitive. So, okay. well, we do have Pisces, so they can have like Pisces rising with like a Cancer sun or moon or something, There's a whole lot of stuff that's possible there, but water sign dominant mainly. Okay, so again, like I was saying, intuitive, emotional, very empathetic, extremely compassionate, and they tend to get bruised very easily. That's why they have learned to keep a hard shell around themselves. So give them some time, they will open up and you will love them, for who they are as a person. You'll just adore them for them, right? So I think that's something worth waiting for. But of course, this is your choice, this is your life. If this is something that's not resonating with you, you can always go ahead and select another pile. And if not, it's fine. Every reading doesn't have to resonate for each and every person, right? So it's okay. Take it as it fits. Okay, let's see your relationship now. We have Ace of Pentacles. That's a beautiful one. This literally is the card of potential, Anything can happen. There is that seed. It can grow into a completely full tree, but you do need to nourish it. You do need to take care of it and kind of see what it needs and what it requires once in a while. Sometimes it needs some space. Sometimes it needs some more, water and just, yeah, whatever, about the relationship. It can lead to a lot more stability because it's the beginning of stability right here, right? It finally goes to the 10 of Pentacles, and then even forward to Page, Queen, Knight, Queen, and the King as well. It just goes even more stable and stable and stable in your personal life, in your surroundings. It's like the home and family is the 10 of Pentacles. So the Ace has the potential to reach all of these different avenues. It's just, are you willing to work for it? Because Pentacles do require work, and it's physical, it's practical, it is tangible. You can see it. You can see that someone is putting some effort into a certain relationship. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, we have Three of Wands, very positive, very optimistic and hopeful, like your manifestations are coming true and they are coming through. So all you need to do is look at that one lamp, follow it. Another lamp, follow it. Another lamp, follow it, and keep doing that step by step. With each passing step, you will reach that ultimate wish fulfillment that you have been asking for. Okay, so this relationship definitely has a lot of potential to go the mile, go the distance, go everywhere else, wherever you want it to go. It can get really serious. Okay. Oh wow, we have the Hierophant. This is a very traditional card. You might have known this person since you were kids as well, some of you. If you grew up together, so you remember the past and you kind of understand where they're coming from. No wonder you give them a little bit more chance as well, and you let them take their own time, because you know just what the general disposition is, right? But that's for some of you. It doesn't have to be for every single person. But with the Hierophant here, it's something serious again, You learn from each other a lot. One of you can act as the teacher in the relationship while the other one is more of the student, but it doesn't mean that you're not equals. It's just that, you know, the lesson plan kind of works out that way. I can't help it. It's a spiritual card. Okay, I can't help it. But it is something a bit serious. In some cases, it does talk about marriage. It can lead to marriage as well. And if you're like, your families kind of know each other, then it can be that your families kind of arrange it for you guys, or you just kind of, it's implied that you will lead to something more serious and solid like the marriage or an engagement or something like that eventually. Yeah, that's as well for some people. Yeah, there's a very sober vibe to all of this. But you enjoy each other's company so much. You understand each other so well. That's what is so astounding for me. You know, the emotional and the spiritual compatibility is very nice. But, yeah, I feel like one of you is going to make a little bit more effort. It's in the beginning. Just to get them, I think it's going to be you, because you're trying to get them out of their shell. So make sure to give them adequate space as well. Don't be too stifling, because they don't like that. They will withdraw, you know, they're not going to lash out. They're not going to shout at you or anything, but you won't know what happened. You won't know when it was too much or something, you know. So make sure that you're a little bit gentle with this person. Yeah, I'm sure you will be, but I'm just letting you know that's my job. Okay. All right, then we have Capricorn. Yes, that's again a very traditional card here. You guys can meet at work. Yeah, with the Ace of Pentacles, they can meet at work as well. Or if you have met already before, then this is someone from work, or you work together right now. But there's also talking about the Capricorn is naturally placed in the 10th house. It's about the public status. So generally people associate that with the career portion, but the public status of, oh yes, we are married, I'm a married person, you know, all of that as well is kind of the label that the world knows and sees about you, the public forum. That's something that is Capricorn. So those things take time. It needs to build. For example, I am a homeowner now. You know, that it takes time to get to that point, but once you're there, it's kind of known that, yeah, you own a house, right? Or you are married. Okay, so that's something that's there for the public. So I feel like, again, that whole thing that you have to work a little bit, it does come with its challenges, but it's nothing so hard and so bad that you cannot overcome it. And even if there are any such challenges, you like yourselves and also each other enough by that point that you kind of keep going. Okay, I feel, yeah, you know what, there's really strong possibilities that you guys can make it till the very end. We also have the 6th house, so again emphasizing on the job sector. But also it's kind of acts of service, because this is where Virgo normally sits. And Virgo's love style is of a service. You know, I will do something for you to show that I do appreciate you. It's again a very sobering, a very pure love type of quality. Okay? For example, I will make you a cup of coffee in the morning just to show that I care. And I know we fought last night, but I don't want to keep fighting anymore. So this is my little gesture here that shows you that. You know, it's a very small thing, and you do need the coffee in the morning, but it is saying a lot more than you say it verbally, right? It's just an understanding that you share with this person. So you need to reach that comfort level as well. So seeing how many cards there are coming up, I feel like you will definitely reach there. But because the actions have not taken yet, there is the ace that is there. So it speaks of the potential of everything like this happening if you and the other person, you know, do the action, basically. Yeah, it's kind of, it seems like it's very much set. It's just a matter of walking the path, like with the 3 of Wands. Okay, we also have the North Node, life mission, hidden talents, and destination. Yeah, this can definitely be it, and you guys must have like a shared type of life mission as well. If you're more on the spiritual side, you and this person, then you guys can actually do something for the public together as well. Maybe create your own business or organization, or fighting for a united cause where you are like balanced co-partners in this advent, right? But even putting that aside, there's like you unfold them, they unfold you, and there is like this very flowy dynamic. There's a switching around of, I told you that one of you is the teacher and the other one is a student, but it doesn't stay in that particular setting throughout your entire relationship. It flip-flops as well. Okay, there will be times when they know better. Once they open up, they can teach you other things, you know, the other strengths that you can learn from this person. That's very nice. Yeah. And when the North Node is there, I feel like the rest of the zodiac, because North Node is associated with the life mission itself, and given that that's one of the big projects that are there for any soul incarnated here, that the other planets will also conspire in steps to make this North Node express as best as it can. Right? So if you guys are meant to be together, there's that very fated quality to the North Node, right? If you guys are fated to be together, you will see how things kind of fall in place. And even if you want to, let's say, you know, just give up and leave at any point, there will be something that gives you a reason to stay. Okay? That's what I'm feeling. Let's see some more cards. We have success and transformation. That's the first thing I said. It's very transformative. Wow. Wow. Awesome. And you know what I'm also hearing is that you already are the best versions of yourselves. It's just a matter of, you know, making that shine. Polish it a little bit. You know, this is already the same shape. It has all the materials right here. But once it's kind of formed and reformed a little bit, it forms this very equilibrium, balanced type of shape that looks so pleasing to the eye. You know, it's two pyramids. One is on the apex and the other one is on its base. But how it fits together, it just looks so symmetrical and balanced, even though it is kept in a very awkward position, right? You don't see many pyramids on the opposite side, yeah? But somehow you make it happen. Creator air. Okay, so communication, you guys have it strong. Your mental connection is really good. So these things are, I think, something that is pushing things along much further. You can talk about it. You can state your points. Even if you're being detached and objective, you can communicate with each other and kind of work things out in time. It doesn't have to be fast. It just has to be done correctly. Right? When there is air, there's a lot about truth and voicing your opinions and respecting each other's space, all of those things, you know, it's very like spacey, right? Obviously we have air there, but yeah, that's something there. Mental connection is something that's super important. Yes. Okay, the spark of hustle. Yeah, you need to work for all of these things, but you're loving it. If it seems to be fueling you guys up even more, your affection for each other even more. You want to do this work because you immediately see how well it changes you individually and your relationships together. You see the evolution happen. Because of that, you don't mind the hustle at all. You like it, in fact. You know, you don't mind at all talking through certain things and learning more about each other, getting closer and closer every day. And it's surprising to you that you don't seem to stop. There's always something more to learn because this person is so multifaceted. I feel like a lot has happened and they kind of have always kept it inside. So now that things are coming out for them, you learn a lot from them, and also you're able to teach them a lot. You know, oh wow, so nice. It feels good to do this reading. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Pile 2. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want a personal reading, you can always reach me via my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box and the comment below. You can check out any of my other videos. You can check out my channel anytime that you want. But until next time, I do hope you take care. Bye. Hi Pile 3, welcome to your reading. Let's see what your next relationship is going to look like. It doesn't have to be the final one. Of course it can lead there, but this is not what the reading is about. We'll just see what the next one is going to be like. Okay, so we have, when I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. Very sunny, very solar plexus, very active. There is a masculine energy dominance, a very, again, the active thing, a lot of doing stuff and going outside and achieving things, kind of. There can be certain milestones that you set for your relationship, for example, so that would count as like an achievement for the relationship as well. But also it is about self-expression, and both of you might be very expressive with each other, you know? The sun, the whole yellow vibe is all about, hey, I pop, I look like this, I'm awesome, you know. It's very bright. You can't not notice it, so that's a nice sign to have. So your love is very vibrant, let's say. Your relationship is very bright and noteworthy to you personally, and also for the public eye as well. It doesn't have to be in a cringy way at all. I'm not trying to make this very juvenile, but I don't know. Some people just have that vibe, right? Just a couple walks by and they just look nice together. They don't. It's not necessarily that they're model quality or something. Obviously, that can't be true for every single couple, but there's just a vibe about them of how they gel together that, you know, you just look at them. Yeah, you feel nice. Hey, good for them, right? So that's something I feel there. Okay, then we have, there is a stream of love supporting my dreams. A lot of water as well. That's very nice to balance out the fire there. Again, very flowy, intuitive, emotionally connected. That's all there, but you also find a lot of stuff to do together. Even perhaps you have a lot of hobbies together, or you meet in one of these hobby places, or setups, anything. Okay, anything. It can be anything. You can meet this person anywhere, but you just share a lot of common interests and a lot of activities together. Okay, perhaps you've been trying to manifest a type of person like this. If you are, then this is just more confirmation that it's basically the next one right around the corner, right? Okay, we'll see some more cards. We'll see these ones later. We'll see what this person is like first. We have the Chariot, go-getter, very action-oriented, loves to travel. We have the Eight of Wands as well, likes to speak quite a bit. Good speaker as well. It's not just, you know, nonsense blabbering. It's like speaking of something nice, you know, something that you enjoy as well. It's very explosive, again, fiery, creative, very passionate. It can move a bit fast. Okay, both of these cards are very fast moving, so there might be someone who's always like, okay, next. They think things very fast, they process information, they know where they want to go, they just go for it, you know, they don't hesitate to make moves. And yeah, it definitely is very, very passionate there in terms of physical stuff, but also if they want to, you know, go on a date with you, they're just going to go on a date with you. There's not too much thinking time and let's pause and reflect. There's not much of that happening. Oh, we have the King of Cups, so and we have the King of Pentacles. Wow, this is so good. I was telling you, not much of that happening. It's very hasty and fast and everything, but they're not doing that without reason. When the King of Cups is there, I told you, they know what they want. The King of Pentacles knew what he wanted, and all he did was build the empire, and he has the empire, right? But at some point it's kind of like the chariot is leading to the King of Pentacles, and there is that background motivation of, I need to do something that I like, I need to be with someone that I actually connect with, and once I do, I will know when it is right, I will know when it is the perfect timing, etc., etc., and it will just click, it will just work. There will be that synchronous faith. They have the faith that things will be synchronous and they don't have to push anything. So these two things, they're really fast because it doesn't matter what obstacle. It doesn't seem like an obstacle to the Charioteer and also to the Eight of Wands. They just go, they pierce through everything because it just is. It's correct. So when it is so perfect, it resonates with you so hard, you will do it. You will do whatever it takes. It doesn't matter what the cost is, if it is something that you are so closely attached with or you feel so drawn to that you want to make moves, okay? So this person seems very determined and also sure of what they want and what they like. It doesn't mean that they don't have their emotions in check. They do. Okay, so this recklessness does not come in the form of anger and hasty indecision. No, it's very crystal clear. Okay, this person is just clear. Then they have an ambition, they know where they want to go, they make it happen. But at the same time, they know that they have to pause and take care of themselves. Okay? The King of Cups in isolation, if this one was something that came out first, then I would have said the more reflective stuff, but it doesn't mean that they don't reflect on anything. It's just that that process is extremely fast for them. What would take you a day might take them a minute, for example. Right? So that's something there. Okay. Then we have Uranus, rebel, reform, unpredictable, and eccentric. Yeah, exactly. They're unexpected. Their actions, the things that they like, the way they approach different situations, it's just like, what? How did you even get to that conclusion? And where did you even get that? And why are you planning for this? And you don't seem to be the type who would like such an activity, but I'm pleasantly surprised. Okay, let's go ahead. It's like, or it can even be that they don't look like a very fiery, go-getting type of person. They might look very mellow and stable, but they're actually so fiery that you're like, oh, hey, okay. That was surprising. No problem. Sure, let's go. Then we have Venus, love, beauty, art, harmony, and relationship. Yeah. When it's right, it's right. They're that type of person. Okay? Any goal, any person, any type of ambition, anything. Okay? When it's right, it's right. It will click, it will be harmonious. We're going to go for it, and we'll do it very nicely. Okay? There is no scattering here. There's no scatter. Very channeled. We have ascendant, so that's the social personality, first impression, and also public mask. They know how much to tell and show other people, how much to display of themselves. That's why there is that, I don't know how to explain this. They're fast, but they don't expect anything from anyone. They just go ahead and do whatever they want to do, but they're not expecting anyone else to behave the same way as they are or think the same way that they are. Okay, so they know how to present themselves in front of other people. That's why I guess in the first few dates you might not recognize this aspect of them. Or the flip side, you might not recognize that they are actually very soft and stable as well. But it's much deep down, it's something in the background until you get to a more stable point. Yeah, because they might not want to show that side of themselves in the first few meetings. It's just that it's not because they want to be very cautious and that, you will feel that they're not trying to impress you, but it doesn't fit for this particular situation and I don't want to. That's all. Those are their factors. Does it feel correct to show that side of me? Yes, go ahead. If not, fine. No, not yet. We'll see when it fits. Yeah, very decisive. Nice. Okay, let's see what your relationship will be like. We have Two of Cups. This is the soulmate card. You can, but that's like the most common association, but it's also like harmony, and you enjoy being together. You connect on so many different levels. It feels really good to be with this person. You share a cup of tea or coffee or whatever beverage you want. But you have very good flowing conversations. It's very soothing, it's chill, but also you're forming a connection anyway. It's very peaceful, that type of vibe. We also have the Four of Wands. This is celebration. This is the mark of a certain stability as well. This is not the complete thing, but there's like sparks and fires, and you're knowing that you're going somewhere, and it kind of makes it more exciting because you're not completely stable yet, but you're just getting there, and that little bit of stability makes it even more fun and exciting for both of you, for the relationship itself, right? So yeah, cause for celebration, that's something that's there. You feel comfortable with this person, like you feel more home, just the way they treat you. And even if your personalities are wildly different, right, they just make you feel as though you are fine, just the way it's just them, they want to be like that, they're gonna be like that, but they're not. Again, there's no expectation at all, and I feel like they've learned that through life, that there's no need, just be you and do you, because your likes and dislikes is not necessarily going to be exactly the same as someone else's likes and dislikes. So there has to be that room for accommodation, and if you can't do that, then at least don't expect anything out of another person, right? Yeah, that they can isolate their emotions very well. It's impressive, really. Okay. We also have the Hermit. Okay, can make you introspective, can make them introspective. You learn again a lot about the self. If you're more of the quiet type, more introverted, even with your own goals, if it's more internal for you, then you can encourage their King of Cups side to come out and play a little bit. To meditative practices, for example, or any other spiritual practices you're into or they're into, you can make it like a more regular practice as well. But there's a lot of like going within and reflecting and trying to understand, and combining all of the experiences that you have had together and seeing how you guys fit in. There's a lot of contemplation. It doesn't have to be a topic sentence. It's not one question that you're pondering. It's a lot of different things. Some about transformation, some about the unexpected things, some about what you think about the future, some about what you think about the present, right? It's a whole lot of things, and kind of seeing how it maps together. Yeah, you can make them think even deeper than what they do currently. It can be someone trying to reach this very King of Cups and King of Pentacles state, but they struggle with it sometimes because they are really fast. And there's nothing wrong with knowing what you want, but there also needs to be time for stepping back and analyzing a little bit from a distance. Oh, that's very nice. Yeah, so that's something that the relationship itself can have. There is a very balancing and stabilizing effect of the relationship. We have the Sun, going back to the yellows, right? Ego, stamina, consciousness, and father figure. It doesn't talk about expression, but that's what it is. The soul's expression is the Sun. We have 5th house, which is Leo's house. Sun is the ruler of Leo, so one of you, that's a lot of fire right there, so they could be a Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Yeah, but it'll be fun, it'll be harmonious, you like to talk to each other. You do share quite a bit of hobbies and activities together, I feel. Yeah. Okay, we also have North Node. Okay, Pile 2 also got this. Life mission, hidden talents, and destination. So this, I was telling them that it feels a little bit fated, kind of you go through stuff, but there's a lot more happening than just one date or 2 dates. There's a lot more happening in the background as well. You think more about this person as compared to other relationships you have been in, and same goes for them as well. And there is a bit of self-analysis. For any long-term relationship, it just kind of gets there. You do think about stuff together, and also yourselves, like what do you want versus what the other person wants, and how can you make that fit. And there's that finding the balance point of the fun and the serious, and not letting things go stale, blah 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 blah. There's just a lot of different factors, right? But that definitely is an element that you, even if you don't start off very individualistic in a relationship, you kind of have to find your own individual space so that the relationship can keep growing. So I like that the hermit is a priority, the being you and expressing your spirit honestly, that's a priority. I really like that. Okay, so you can help each other, you're helping yourselves, mainly yourselves, but you're learning from one another. You could have like a connection from before, but they're an important part of your current life mission as well, whether it is to be with you throughout, and everything will just work out in divine timing and planning as well. So if it doesn't continue to be the final relationship, that's okay. It was not supposed to be. It was only here and existing to make you a certain version of yourself that you could be proud of even more. Right? And that kind of leads you towards, a relationship that will stay with you for the longest run ever. Yeah. Okay. Creator alchemy. Yeah, this is blending, moderation, using the resources you have at hand and building something unique and transformative again for your life. This, yeah, it is. You feel comfortable in this relationship. You feel comfortable to be yourself. Yeah. And you discover a lot more about each other every day. You share more and more interests, and you kind of balance each other out as well in a lot of different ways. Yeah, they kind of force you to, not force, but like they encourage you to look at things that you have not. For example, I've always wanted to do this. There's always that phrase. This person is a go-getter. So they can be like, okay, well, why don't you? And you can be like, oh, well, problem number 1, excuse number 2, another hiccup number 3. But then this person be like, so, come on, you really want to do this, right? Let's go ahead, let's do this. Yeah? So that kind of forces you to come out of your shell and off your limitations and kind of see how far you actually expand by using every skill that you have gained so far in life. So that is something that's there. Okay, make a mission statement for your soul. Yeah, what is the reasoning? What is the purpose behind getting into a relationship like this? Now that you're watching this reading, you know a lot more about this, right? So what is it that you're hoping to achieve or become by the next relationship? And is this something that you see for your forever future? If not, what is it that you see in the forever future, and what is a path that you can envision right now? It doesn't have to stay the same path forever, okay? Pictures change, they shift, it's fine, but you need to start somewhere. And is the road you're currently following the road that takes you to the final mission? Alright, so wow, that's a lot of deep questions to be asking in a relationship, but I did also have that one relationship as well where I was always like, okay, can I keep doing this? Can I really keep doing this? And it's not that this person is bad or anything, but it's just, I don't know how, okay? Everyone expresses things very differently, but this really speed, for example, you might realize that you actually like a very low-key life. You know, you might not have known that before, but you know it and realize it now, and you realize it to a big extent where you're like, nope, 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 I need a very chill and very relaxed life. I cannot do this forever. It can be something small, but it is something noteworthy, and that does not fit with every relationship that you have been with or the ideas that you have had of relationships, right? So things become a lot clearer at this point, okay? But you're liking being with this person. It's not a problem. If things end, it would be very mutual. Yeah. Okay? So you don't need to worry about the hurt and the trauma and none of that. You don't have to worry about that. It's just, where do you need to go next? Each relationship has a specific purpose to serve as well. Even if it is one specific purpose delivered by multiple different people, right? It still has a purpose. Even if it is to cleanse some type of karma as well in some cases. Okay. Bliss is worth creating from. Yeah, again, living truly is something that is just a big theme. You know, you want to do something, go ahead and do it. They're a big encouragement, I have to say that. Big encouragement to you and everything that you want to build. Kind of makes it look at things differently and deeper, actually. And actually actively start moving forward and make something happen for yourself as well. If you've been hesitating on something, then that's going to resonate with you. But also it kind of makes you realize the importance of serenity, meditation, spirituality, etc., etc., etc. There's bliss is like everything that makes you just feel good in existing right now wherever you are. Right? And they make you feel the importance of that. Very nice. So that's what I have for you, pile 3. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want a personal reading, you can always reach me via my Etsy shop, and the links are in the description box in the comment below. If you want to check out any of my other videos, feel free to do so. But until next time, I hope you take care. Bye. Hi pile 4, welcome to your reading. Let's see what your next relationship looks like. This does not have to be the final one, but it of course can lead to it, but we'll see what's next basically. Okay, so we have, when I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. Okay, then we also have oneness is my true nature. Okay, this I guess is a recurring theme for the last pile, and also you, there is a bit of recognizing your own self, basically. You know, this relationship kind of makes you look at things deeper, and also, what do you actually value? What are you actually looking for in a long-term partnership? And how can you go about achieving that? Are you reflecting the same qualities that you are expecting from other people or your partner? Because first you have to come into a wholeness within yourself. This is the whole oneness is my true nature. Like, you can gel with anyone and everyone. If not yet, then after this relationship, during this relationship, you will learn that skill. Okay? Then, basically there's a bit of a perspective shift as well. This relationship shows you different facets that you had not previously noticed about relationships. It's kind of like, really, do I even have to say that? Sometimes that happens. I know that that's more leaning towards the negative side, but also in positive senses, like, oh, I didn't even know that I would like something like this, but turns out I really like it, and I want this to be a part of my future relationships as well, you know? Yeah, so there is a perspective shift, and you realize certain things that kind of, it can catch you off guard as well if you're not used to this type of relationships, of course, but it's, oh god, I don't know. This is, there is obviously an element of depth to it with this card. Oneness is my true nature is just recognizing that we're all connected, and there is the whole collective things. It's kind of like everyone wants care, everyone wants love and adoration, everyone wants some understanding. So you kind of have that baseline defined, and you know what everyone wants and looks for. And every time after this point that you see any defenses being put up or any ego displays, you still know that behind all of that facade is a person who just wants to be a child and wants to be loved and adored just like you do and just like everyone else does. Something like that, you know? Yeah, okay. We'll see more cards and see more details because this is a bit broad for me. Okay. So, what is this person like? We have the Four of Cups. We have the King of Wands. Entrepreneurial spirit, gets bored quite easily. Has trouble being grateful for stuff. Doesn't mean that they're selfish, but they can be a bit self-involved. Okay, then we have Six of Wands. Oh, okay. Can be someone famous as well, or at least a mini celebrity. Social media influencer is a possibility. King of Wands doesn't mind being on stage, kind of being on display. It's more about the public quite a bit. So their personal life might seem quite dry compared to that. Okay, that's something. Oh, wow. And we have the Tower, so they have something striking about them. Their appearance or their physique or the way they conduct themselves. You're kind of surprised by this person as well. So they might seem shallow, but they are not. And there's like a, that's an example. And they might seem shallow, but they are not, and that's surprising for you. Or you have a specific first impression about them, but then you talk to them and it's something completely different, right? The Four of Cups is kind of needing to find inspiration again and again and again and again, more and more and more. There's a lot of wands there, sudden revelations, and they kind of work through transformation. They go through a lot of changes within themselves, and they learn from each and everything, every type of person they meet, every type of situation they encounter. There's a lot of like sudden change, all or nothing. Like right now, I will pack up my bags and go to this other country because I want a wildly different experience, okay? There is that bit of unexpectedness and rockiness to that, but that is something as well very exciting, right? They find a lot of joy and energy in that, and something stale and something very stable is not their cup of tea, okay? They might be also a type of person that rocks the boat on purpose. Okay? Alright, we have Sagittarius. They could be that, Sun, Moon, Rising, but not really feeling a very Sagittarian vibe, but we'll see. And we have Taurus as well, which is a fixed earth sign. Yeah. So they might like to travel quite a bit, or they have like a vision in mind and they will do everything to achieve that vision, okay? Far-reaching goals, long-term plans, all of those things are very Sagittarian, very optimistic for the future as well. They know how they operate, they know what they value. With Taurus being placed always naturally in the second house, it's the place for your values and possessions and things that make you feel as though you're stable, and there is that comforts and having a nice home and having that land. In the olden days, land was something of a security thing, right? So all of those things are very Taurian. So looking for luxuries and comforts is something of a priority as well, but it should not be so much that it's stagnating. Alright, so this is kind of the quest, and they know what they're looking for and why. How does it make them feel? And I mean, there's no judgment here. Everyone's here for a different experience, right? So whatever they are, however they want to lead their life, they know how to go about doing that, and there's nothing that can get in the way between them and this goal of theirs. I keep looking at the King of Wands, and I feel like this is completely their personality. Like you can yeah, and all of these are kind of giving me more details, but I feel like King of Wands is kind of the highlight of the 4 cards here. Yeah. With this, there is always Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising as well. 2 wands there, so that's possible. Okay. Let's see about your relationship. We have 4 of Cups again. Okay, so they might not be very grateful for you. Or you might not feel super appreciated once it is a little bit serious. It might feel like, yeah, okay, we did this yesterday as well. 4 of Cups comes with a kind of a lack of inspiration because it has just gone a bit too stale. Doesn't mean you drop everything and run. It just means find something more inspiring. So that's why I said they always look for something that inspires them. Otherwise, they will get bored. And the relationship then reflects the same thing. So it is important to, again, actively look for something exciting within the relationship as well, right? Okay. What? We have the Tower. I'm just going to keep it next to each other because this is crazy. We have the King of Swords. Okay. There's some mental compatibility here, and you guys can have a real conversation and like an actual discussion about what to do next and kind of find something exciting as well. So, like I said, find inspiration. The Tower can bring you that inspiration. You have sudden changes happening and you might want to roll with it. But as long as you stay connected, you talk to each other about what the plans are, what you're hoping and what you're wanting and wishing from the relationship and from each other, then, I mean, that's not a problem, right? It's a lifestyle choice then. If you want to be and do something a little bit different once in a while, there's nothing wrong with it at all. Everyone should try a little bit different here and there. So yeah, as long as you're just on the same page, it's great. Yeah, so there will be moments of like dull and lull, and then suddenly there is like something completely new and it's exciting again and it's vibrant again and everything changes again, so it feels like you're learning about each other once again, okay? And then again, everything kind of settles down and it's a whole journey, it's a whole ups and downs type of thing, but it's very, very emphasized in here. So up and down, that's something that is going to happen in this next relationship. We also have the Empress there. So that's all about like feeling nurtured and creative and abundant with each other. You feel prosperous and connected with each other. That's there. Emotional, but also you keep your wild freedom to yourself. The Empress is like Mother Nature in all its forms, the storms and tsunamis and earthquakes and everything, right? The Empress is its glory in every format possible, right? It's not how humans want nature to be perceived. No, it's nature itself, right? So it comes with its thunderstorms, it comes with its nothingness as well, the very, very, very stable tranquility. It also has mountains and wildflowers and some nice gardens and a whole lot of variety, right? So you can experience a lot. I can't even oversell this. You'll experience a lot with each other, but it's important it depends what you are looking for in a relationship and also this person as well, right? So if you're looking for something very short term, then you might drop it after experiencing this 4 of Cups moment. Meanwhile, if you're looking for something a little bit long term, but at the same time not something that is very solid and set in stone, so I can't tell you that you will marry this person, for example. That's like very, very stable, right? But if you're looking for something exciting and just an experience, for example, then this is just ideal, okay? This is so ideal for you. But yeah, if these messages are not resonating with you at all, then maybe select another pile, and if not, that's completely fine. Every reading does not have to resonate with everyone, so maybe check out another video. I've made quite a few love readings in my channel as well, so yeah, feel free to check those out if you want. Okay. But, even if it doesn't have to be that every relationship you're in has to be the same type of relationship either. There are ups and downs in our own personal evolution, which again reflects on the type of people that we are going to date. So wherever it is you are in life and whenever it is that you meet this person, this seems to be the rhythm of the relationship. Okay, we have Descendant. Shadow, denial, projections, and opposites attract. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely unexpected and surprising. This person, the interaction, the whole dynamic and everything. You know, 2 towers, come on. No one can define that. We have the 3rd house, which is the house of communication with the King of Swords there. That's really good. You talk to each other and it's very crystal clear communication that way. That's very nice. And you also have a good mental connection. And we also have Jupiter, so luck, growth, expansion, optimism, and understanding. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, so that's lovely to see, again, being reaffirmed. Kind of matching the relationship with their personality, so that's good. Right? Like, it's nice that it's on the same page, but it's not overly them. You're also having a good stand in the relationship. You can speak your mind as well. They don't get butthurt very easily, okay? They're like actually strong. It's just that they don't often have the chance that someone else opposes them. They come off as a natural leader. They just go about it and do their thing, right? When they're in the public forum and they're the ones always like talking and taking charge, then it's not their fault that they give space to other people to, hey, would you like to say something? Would you like to? I mean, if you're the one on the stage, why would you do that, right? So it's not their fault. It's just something that they have not really seen or realized up to this point. But after being with you, they will notice that and they're not going to be too egotistical about it, okay? So that's nice. And also with Jupiter, yeah, luck. So luck is on your side. It's just a matter of where do you want to take it. It's a mutable energy, so it will be what you make it. Like I said, some people can drop this whole thing after the 4 of Cups moment. Meanwhile, some of you can be just like, let's keep going. There will be the up as well. But there is definitely good understanding with each other. So even if it is that, you can't make it work, then it is going to be very amicable and mutual as well. It's very understandable. Okay? Now the stage thing, it doesn't have to be a literal stage. It can also be that they are like YouTube famous or something, or I don't know, they're somehow in the public forum, like an actor, artist. They put their work out in museums or something. It can be so many different things. Musician, producer, anything. Yeah, but overall the relationship has a good high. It is not stable. Yeah, so if you're looking for stable, I'm really sorry. But yeah, this is what's coming through. I can't lie about that. Okay, the now. Yeah, exactly. As long as you just kind of focus on the now and just roll with the tide, kind of go with the flow, and everything will just take its own time, and just trust the whole divine timing and planning of things. It kind of don't force them to be something they're not, and they will not force you to be something you are not. So it's kind of just be here right now. That's what this card is. Welcome the divine masculine. So standing up for yourself, themselves, for the relationship, etc. Standing up, the act of that is very divine masculine. Taking action, adventures, doing. That is divine masculine. Having a direction, having ambition and goal, and hustle. All of those things are very divine masculine. So perhaps the divine feminine within you kind of needs a bit of balancing as well. And this person comes along and kind of adds the very nice balancing effect. I also like that with the opposites attract. So you might be very different people, which might also explain why you're surprised by them so much. But this difference also has a very nice gel to it, so you're not hating one another at any point at all. But yeah, I hope you know what I mean. It's a feeling I'm getting. Yeah, the divine feminine is more like very nurturing and creating the space and feeling stuff, intuitive, spiritually, emotionally. Everything kind of just flows and you just go with it and all of that. There is of course that thing here with the now, but it's more like this here right now. Let's have fun right now. Okay, let's not think about 10 years from now or 5 years from now or even 1 year from now. What do you want to do right now? You know, if you're bored, what do you do? What could be so adventurous that you guys can share and just have fun together? Something like that. Okay. And we also have success in transformation. Yeah. I mean, 2 towers, that is definitely transformative, but I feel like it's something more deep down than either one of you kind of lets out. Yeah. Both of you can see the change in each other, but I feel like it's not something that you are going to sit and have a very deep conversation about. It's something that happens, you know it is happening, you know it is apparent, and you don't feel the need to discuss it so much for some reason. Yeah. Yeah, not every couple talks about all that, so it's fine. But yeah, that's definitely a theme as well. I'm really surprised by the 2 4 of cups, the 2 towers. Oh my goodness, that's still like reeling in my head. But very nice. There's a lot of adoration and a lot of mutual respect. I should have said that a little bit earlier, but yeah, Empress, the kings, and the towers, and the 6 of everything is just, you do respect each other and care for each other. There can be, by the way, frequent breakups and all of that as well. If you are going through some type of like karmic situation here and you haven't yet before, then just be on the lookout for that. But keep in mind that it is only evolving you, okay? So don't take it like this is the end of the world and this is it, you're doomed forever. There's nothing like that. You're only getting better. And it's not going to be a scathing, scarring type of relationship. It's just a pattern that needs to be released from yourself. So you will be successful by the end of this. You will transform and you will change recurring events and attracting the wrong people from your life. You will remove that and you will attract the right ones and meet nice people via this person and also after this relationship, if you choose to, have a next one. But yeah, okay. I'm just trying to see if there's anything more that I'm missing out here. Yeah, there's definitely like that. I will look inside and I see things differently now. We have done so many things that I have changed. And how have I changed? Once I recognize that, I can see the difference in my perceptions of people, other situations, etc., etc. Right? Okay. So that is what I have for you, Pile 4. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want a personal reading, you can always reach me via my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box and the comment below. If you want to check out any of my other videos, feel free to do so. But until next time, I will see you. Take care. Bye.